Hey, pro nerds, welcome back to another episode of Unbox It right here on Project Nerds YouTube. I'm Iggy, and I'm joined by Evie. And what are we gonna unbox today?
It looks like Grinch Grow Your Heart.
And Merry Grinchmas. We got a double dose of Grinch coming right at you. Alright, so we've got two Grinch games today. I'm pretty excited for this. These are both from Funko Games, of course, sending us some great games. And you've seen us unbox recently games such as the Goonies Expansion, Fast and Furious, the Rocketeer, which is an absolutely gorgeous game. Really excited for what we're getting. So we initially got what you have in your hand, Grinch Grow Your Heart, which is a card game that looks kind of interesting, so we'll dive into that. But shortly after, from Funko arrived Merry Grinchmas, which is their full board game that they have in the more traditional Funko boxing. So should we start big or should we start small?
Always start big.
Okay, so let's dive right into Merry Grinchmas. So we're going to pop this baby open, and like I said, it's a lot like the other boxes that they have. Look at that, really cool on the inside there. I like that. So always nice artwork and everything such as that. The board right below. So one thing I really liked, and I mentioned it in the Rocketeer video, is how when you pull this board out, you kind of see a cool thing. Well, this is very much like a Dr. Seuss book. I'm trying to make sure the light doesn't bounce off of it too oddly. Really cool. Really cool. Do you want to try to pop that baby open while I'm looking at some of this other stuff? Oh, look at this. So, most of the time Funko gives you plastic bags to hold all your pieces, right? Well, we've got our own little Santa sack here to hold the pieces. That's pretty cool. I really like it. It's a kind of a cloth felt bag. Do you want me to grab onto that?
Maybe.
Why don't you pop this thing open, full of the little cardboard pieces in here. Tell us what you find in that bag while I get the board open.
These are really cool pieces. So, opening the bag, there's actually a bunch of food. Like Who hash. You know, the Who hash.
So it looks like.
And then a bunch of cups.
So if we pop this baby open, it looks like you're going to hold those in the middle. Whoop, we're upside down. So you'd put those pieces right in the middle on the reefs there. So A, B, and C. So there'd be a stack of them that you can, I guess, draw. The cards, which are still in here, we haven't gotten to yet, go where the question marks are. And you kind of work your way down a board similar to like a Candyland or, other traditional family board game like that.
These also have gifts on the side, which I'm guessing go in the gift place.
Yeah, so I think they go on the reef with the gift side up and everything like that. As mentioned, too, there's cards. These are smaller cards than normal we see from the Funko Games, which is okay. And a little flimsier then, but it's fine. They're good shape, nice cards. Different colors on the back, so it's going to be part of your game here. Looks like to get the different color combinations on the front there. It says Merry Christmas. Oh, I can get it to not reflect. We gotta get proper lighting in here, right? So it's gonna reflect a little bit. All right, what else do we got underneath this board game? I still really like this. This is really cool. The little felt bag.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, it's like a little felt bag.
Oh,
there.
it's soft.
There we go. This is pretty neat. You want to pop the Grinch open for us?
Oh,
and while you take a look at that, I'm pull out the last two pieces that they have in here. So you've got your spinning wheel as opposed to die, and then your little centerpiece here with the Christmas tree on it.
So here's the Grinch.
There he is.
It's kind of like green just all over. It's actually really like a lot of details, like his face wrinkles and everything. He's entirely green, but he has his little stack, the tree sticking out.
Yeah, so like the other Funko Games, obviously 3D printed piece. As we mentioned, some of them, obviously, when they're mass-produced like this, solid color is going to be easier. Works for the Grinch, because the Grinch is green. So the fact that it's all green kind of works here. I do like this piece. It's a lot more, where the other pieces seem a little bit more that harder plastic, that 3D printed material. This seems more like a smooth, traditional plastic piece that you would normally get in a game. So definitely, I think, a little bit of variances here that are definitely targeted at family games as opposed to the other Funko Games we typically open that are a little bit more for grown-ups, I guess would be the way to put it. Take one last thing down here at the bottom. Normally the game guide is towards the top, so I'm able to run through it a little bit. But here's the instructions guide. Merry Grinchmas. Does talk about your cards around the Christmas tree. We'll get that to not reflect off the light. I am sorry. And we will definitely give you a closer look here. So let's run back through this game where we take a closer look at it. Going through here, first we have the game board, as we mentioned, with the Grinch looking cover. Then obviously that felt bag is right underneath it with some of the cardboard pieces. You have your cards, your Grinch piece, and then your guide, as well as your other playing cardboard pieces. All right, what do you think about this first Grinch game so far?
It seems actually really fun, and I actually really want to play this.
You really want to play this one? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, before we play it, we've got to check out the other Grinch game we got here, because that's right, as we mentioned, Funko doubled up. Oh. So you got it, you're popping that bad boy open. So this one is Grow Your Heart Grinch game.
And they do have the instructions on the top.
Right at the top, so Grow Your Heart. A lot shorter instructions than the other one, so just kind of a trifold.
They have little scoreboards, like it says players and wreaths and noise.
Right, so you can get your different prizes. It looks like you put your player name at the top. You're going to tick off how many wreaths, noise, ornaments, and presents you collect, and then you match your numbers and add them to the total at the bottom. Obviously, they only give you so many pieces, but it's a pretty thick one, so you got a lot of rounds of gameplay here. But as with any games that are like this, you can then start to make them on your own paper. Just make sure you keep one for reference so you remember how it lays out.
Next thing in the bag is the Grinch with a 3 heart right below him, and he's smiling really big, which is kind of creepy. And then there's a 4 heart, and then a 5 heart.
Because his heart grew 5 times larger that day, right?
Yeah.
All right, now we're to the cards, though. Let me check those out. What do we got going on here with the cards?
These cards are definitely bigger than the other game, but starting off, they have the Grinch facing. And then they have 2s and 3s and all sorts of numbers with all, like, sorts of designs.
Right. Yeah, so the different characters on everything. So you have 4 card types: wreaths, noise, ornaments, and presents, as we pointed out in the scorecard. You collect those cards, and then at the end of the game you will total all of those. Score 10 points if you have 3 cards of the same number, 20 points if you have 4, or 30 points if you have 5, as well as you total the amount you have of the different card types. At the end of all the rounds, you add up your total score for one winner, and I guess the winner would have grown his heart that day. So looking back through this game, we'll give you a close-up look here. As it mentioned, the instructions, the paper guide through here, obviously your little cardboard pieces of his heart growing, and then, of course, the cards for the game. All right, Evie, we've looked at both games, doubling down on Grinch. So we've got Merry Grinchmas, and we've got Grow Your Heart. And I don't know. I think right ahead of Christmas here, as you'll be watching this at Christmas, obviously, if you order this now, wherever Funko Games are sold, it will be here after Christmas, but still a fun game, I think, even beyond Christmas, because it's the Grinch, right? Mm-hmm. So you can play the Grinch whenever you want.
And if you're traveling to see relatives this Christmas, like, maybe bring this.
That's true. You could do, if you're Christmas, so if you order it online afterwards, maybe it'll still get here before you visit them. And this one's you mentioned travel, so this is a good travel size one. I mean, obviously, if you're driving, you fit this in here easy, but this could fit in a bag really easy for traveling. Yeah. So which one are you most excited to play? The board game or the card game?
I've always leaned towards card games
card games.
But the board game still does look really fun.
The board game does look cool, and the sparkly design box with the great Dr. Seuss style artwork's pretty awesome. I say another win from Funko Games as they continue to win. And if you do check it out, head on over to funkogames.com. You can learn about how they are nominated this year for some of the best toy awards, actually, from Funko Games, including that awesome Goonies game as nominated as a best toy for adult, which has been one of my favorites to open this year. But as always, you can check out the links below this video, whether you're on YouTube or projectnerd.com. That's project-nerd.com, to where you can pick up these games online and learn more about what we're doing for Unbox It. Hey, and if you love what we're doing on YouTube, what do you think they're going to love what we do in March? We're launching a TV app. Well, we're launching a whole TV app. So make sure you stay tuned. Head on over to projectnerd.com or head to projectnerd.tv. That's project-nerd.tv. You can learn as we start making our announcements about all of the various TV shows and movies. Over 250 hours of content available at launch on there.
Wow.
So it's going to be happening, and you can get it on Roku, web, and mobile. We'll continue to do these fun unboxings right here on YouTube, though, so make sure you do subscribe, like, and turn on those notifications. But you know what? We've got some Grinch games to play, and we've got some Christmas to celebrate.
Let's head downstairs.
Let's go.